This podcast is for a mature audience and may be viewed as inappropriate or insensitive to some. Listener discretion is advised. The intention is to share conversation of like and unlike-minded individuals as they try to be the best them they can be in a life full of challenges, searching for love, acceptance, and positivity. Call 669-241-1422 and share yourself or catch up with Sweet Baby Jay for an anonymous face-to-face interview. Feel free to call in with questions, stories, thoughts, or anything you would love to talk about and share. Nothing is off the table when talking sweet with Sweet Baby Jay at 669-241-1422.
Ladies and gents and ladies, once again, it's a no face, no case scenario. You are here with Sweet Baby Jay all day, every day. We got this young stallion right here.
Call me Lucky.
Oh, we got Lucky. That's what he going by. And you know what? I ran into this young man in a store, and I approached him because he had some things going on. And it was an interesting conversation, so I said, let's bring it to the masses. You want to share what I approached you about, brother?
Yes, okay. On that day, he approached me and he asked me, I seen that you had pride on your throat and also the Confederate flag pretty big on my right arm. He was kind of curious and wanted to strike up a conversation about what it meant to me and asked me if I'd be interested in doing a podcast, and I said absolutely.
I think one of the biggest issues that we have here in this great land we call America is that people are not talking. We have our own mindsets, and we stay in them. We don't have that conversation with the other person about why. Why do you feel like that? Why do you do this? Why do you do that? We might not even agree at the end of the conversation, but at least know why. At the end of the day, you can say, you know what, F you. I don't agree with you. But if we have the conversation, there's a level of respect.
Absolutely.
Right? So when I saw those Confederate flags, originally I'm from Costa Rica and New York. When I see that, it does stimulate me in a way, but at the same time, I was also a soldier. So I'm all about free speech. Do what you want. My man right here, when he was talking to me, he said he wanted to take it off. He wanted to get them redone. I said, bro, you should keep it. Like, why? If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. And there's nothing wrong with that. You said...
I said, to be honest with you, man, I was already planning on covering up, and the reason being, when I first got this tattoo, it was 15 years ago. Things were a lot different then. The kid that unfortunately shot those poor people at the church in South Carolina, he was flying that flag obnoxiously, representing that thing, and at that point, I started looking at that flag and seeing why this kid was flying it like that, because to me, when I got this flag, I was going through like what we could say a country boy phase at the time. I've always been, hood by heart because I grew up in Pine Hills.
Hood by heart.
Hood by heart.
I like how that sounds, man.
I've always been hood by heart, but I grew up in Pine Hills. I hit the street running at 13. That's another story in its own. I hit the street because my stepdad at the time was all my life pressing the fact of me don't trust black people, don't trust anybody outside, white people, blah blah blah. And I didn't understand because all my friends, I went to a very diverse high school and middle school, and all my friends were not my race. I mean, they really all weren't. So everything he said to me was, excuse my French, bullshit.
It didn't mix. So what you was hearing from home did not
make sense
mix with
to
your
reality.
Yeah, I feel you.
I realized that the friends of mine didn't treat me any different to what my color was. And at the end of the day, I just looked at us all like we bleed red, and I didn't care what he said. So we kept steady had conflict about that to the point to where I just left home because he forbade me to see, or I couldn't have those friends come over, and I was done with it. So he said, if you're going to have it like that, if you're going to associate with people, get out. So I left.
So how old were you when this happened?
13.
Damn, son, what'd your mom say?
My mom was upset about it. She just wished that he would stop badgering me about it because she didn't really feel like that. It was a one-way street. But, he paid for everything, and my mom was just a stay-at-home mom, so she didn't really have the say of what happened under the roof. So my mom was, for a long time, I stayed under the bridge for a while in Sand Lake and OBT.
You was homeless?
I was a lost kid, man. My mom was bringing me, breakfast, lunch, and dinner and everything
Wow.
I needed because my dad was being like that, and she couldn't lose him. Because he was the breadwinner. So if I was her in her shoes, I would have just left him and took my kid and did something different.
With that being said, though, because we going on a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
Is your mom still around?
She died at 53 after 6 bouts of cancer.
Damn, bro. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah,
but did you ever hold a grudge against her for that?
To be honest, deep down, yes. But it's hard for me to say that now because she's passed.
Yeah.
To be honest, that's a sore subject.
It's a sore subject.
But I don't want to. I'm not mad at my mom for anything.
Yeah.
I love her, and I understand she was in a hard situation, kind of like what they say, a rock in a hard place. She didn't have to find the strength in it to leave her because she was, I guess, too afraid of the unknown, being financially broken. So I told my mom, I don't leave him. You know, make sure you're good. I'm straight.
So you was a man. You was like, yo, mom, I'm gonna look out for you. I'm a dip because I gotta be me.
Yeah, I wanted her to be okay financially. I said, I'm gonna make this happen. At that point, I ran into the people that in Pine Hills, and they was just a bunch of other kids like me that their parents booted. We was all looking for love and just unity and just camaraderie, and that's how I found out myself in the gang. And then from that point on, it was just, you know, a lot of legal issues. You know what comes with it.
Yeah. So you've been locked up?
Yeah, I've been locked up.
How many times? Wow, that many?
Yeah.
Damn, long bids or?
From the gang, I got arrested for taking a weapon to school. Long story short, I ended up leaving and going to South Carolina, Greenville, South Carolina. Took a weapon to school, got expelled. They sent me and arrested, and they sent me to Department of Juvenile Corrections for an undetermined sentence not to exceed my 21st birthday.
Wow.
That was just at the age of 16.
Shit.
I got out when I was 18, almost 19. Around 18, 19.
Damn.
And then after that, I came back to Florida, continued just trying to fend for myself.
Just living life.
I made a lot of wrong decisions, man. Started selling drugs. In 2011, I caught a charge. I had a 15-year minimum mandatory sentence. I put 7 cop cars on flatbeds in the Millennium Mall Target parking lot. You can check it up.
What you was doing, boss?
Man, I was doing a 250 pill oxycodone deal.
I was gonna say, yo, Grand Theft Auto is just a video game, Playboy.
And they tried to catch me, and I was in a lifted Titan on 40s, and I literally demolition derbied their asses trying to get away. But long story short, but you know what's crazy is all the injustice and stuff that's going on with the cops. I ain't even gonna lie. Behind the scenes, I'm watching all the people give the cops their ass, and I'm rooting for them. Yeah. You know why? Because you know what? They've done me dirty so many times. Like when I got arrested on that arrest, they shot me in my face with the taser.
In your face?
In my face, and then they handcuffed me and they beat me for about a good 2 or 3 minutes after I was handcuffed.
Listen, my man. So I didn't even think we was gonna have a conversation like this, but this is good to know. So how was that? Being arrested and getting tased in the face and stuff like that. Because one thing I'm going to say is that you're actually blessed. Because a lot of people, I've seen black people that didn't even get that opportunity to get tased. Yeah. They got shot off rip.
You know, this is going to shock you. Check this out. How many times have you seen, especially, I don't even like to say the word black. I say I'm African-American because I feel like when you put a color on something, I just don't like it. I don't say white. I say Caucasian. I just don't. I feel like if I start practicing not speaking colors,
you know something.
You know,
I'm gonna say this though, because you know it's all about everyone's personal experience with those words.
Yo, exactly.
Because for me personally, I'd rather be called black than African American.
Really?
I'd rather.
Well,
be called
I'm learning
black.
something right now. What?
We all learning, brother.
Is there
here,
something
listen,
else that you prefer?
Here on Talking Sweet, we always learning something. You know, we sharing to the masses how each of us feel as an individual. Now, this is just me, and this is just you.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, but the thing is that, I mean, African-American, like, my parents are from Costa Rica. It is, and by way of Jamaica. Now, of course, they say Africa's the motherland, but who knows where in Africa?
I see.
I personally have no issues with you identifying me as a black dude, because guess what? Yeah. I woke up like this. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you, so did I.
I woke up like this.
Yes, sir.
And guess what? I'm going to sleep like this.
Yes,
so
sir.
I'm a black dude. Okay. Now, for you, and looking at you, I would say a white dude. If I want to be politically correct, I would say a Caucasian.
Right, okay.
But it really makes me no different.
It doesn't bother. I'm asking.
Now, things don't bother me, but as I said.
Does it bother? That's you, but I'm asking you, would me saying that word, does it bother other?
You never know. Brother, listen. In this day
I use
and
it like
age,
a safe word, so I just say, just in case it might bother you, I say African American.
In this day and age, you never know who is going to bother.
Exactly.
So, and even going back to that tat.
Exactly.
We got the Confederate flag on your arm.
Yeah, I'm in trouble.
So how has that been, like when people see it? You wearing a wife beater right now.
Yeah,
so you showing it.
Yeah, because I was coming to see you. I didn't know if I was going to be on camera or not. So I wanted to be able to. If you wanted to show people what I look like, I'm more than open to that. But
that's what's up. I respect that.
I'm not worried because number one, I'm the farthest thing from racist. I have 3 daughters. Okay, 3. You know, 16, 17, and 23.
You have
Okay.
3 women.
Women. Okay,
Yeah.
let me tell you something. Listen, okay. If I was gonna be racist at all, even if something was gonna create me to be, you know, some things happen to people and they're not racist, but sometimes something happen, like
Something propels you to that.
Yeah, like let's say, hypothetically speaking, some guy's daughter gets killed by a black guy.
It happens.
Okay, and then he wasn't racist before, but all of a sudden he's so filled with rage, he just has to take it out on all black people. That happens.
I got a story for you
Okay,
about that.
Now let me tell you.
Go ahead.
Now listen, my 23-year-old daughter, you know, she's 24 now. She was unpurposefully given HIV from a black guy, along with 37 other white women. My daughter was one out of those 37. You know why? The black guy slept with a white prostitute that had HIV. She didn't disclose to him that she had HIV. So because he got mad, now see this is I reversed it now. He went out on purpose and infected as many. And it wasn't just prostitutes. Any white woman he could land.
Anything.
He unpurposefully infected them. And, okay, let me tell you something. And it didn't make me racist, but I let it go and I said God's gonna deal with people like him. And you know what I did though? But in my impulses, I went into the heart of Sanford. I went to his door with a 38 in my pocket.
So
And I was gonna in my right pocket I had a 38 and I held out my left hand and I said, if you can give my daughter HIV, all I want from you is to come out here and shake my hand like a man. And I was gonna shoot this guy in his face, but you know what? I said a little prayer that God, don't let him come out of this house, please. It's not fair for me to leave my other daughters because of this. And you know what the guy did? He said he wouldn't come off the porch. He said, I'm
You never
good.
got arrested?
He said, I'm good. No, listen, it gets better. Nothing happened that night. I went home, and I thank God that I didn't have to throw my life away. But guess what? 5 months later, he got federally indicted. He's gone, and he's gone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because
So
with
God dealt
stuff
with
like
it.
that.
God dealt with it.
Shit.
But you know what?
How's your daughter
The
doing?
moral of the story is, if anything was going to make me racist, there you go. But it didn't.
Gosh,
okay?
damn,
He
yo.
made that choice to do that.
Yeah, you can't
But-
control how somebody else thinks or their negativity.
Exactly.
But you can definitely 100% control
My own actions.
your own actions and where they will lead you and how they'll affect your
Exactly.
family.
Exactly.
Damn, how's your daughter doing, brother?
She's just hanging in there, man. After that happened, she started doing drugs and to cope. And I've been trying to get her into therapy and the proper channels to cope with that trauma, the fact that she has to live with that for the rest of her life.
Shit.
And even my daughter, she's always liked black guys. Even that didn't make her stop like black guys. Black guys. She still likes
Black and salmon. She like that black and salmon.
she still dates out of race. And my other 2 daughters, they refuse to date white guys. They just don't like white guys. And I'm like, cool, whatever. But so those are 3. You know, along with the HIV story, those are 3 things. If it was that would make me racist, that would have been it.
Yeah.
All my daughters, I'm very cool with it. My 17-year-old told me yesterday, you know, you're gonna have a mixed grandbaby, right? I don't know what color it's gonna be yet. And I'm like, man, I don't care.
Prepping you.
All I
prepping
want
you
you to want it to be is healthy
and happy.
That's it, and happy. I look at people like, it's just, we're human. We all bleed red. Like, if everybody just looked at everybody like neighbors and we're all in this for the same reason, we all have a common goal of just surviving and thriving and prosperity. If we all could just unite in that same feeling, we would get so much further.
Well, you know what? In today's political arena, the Confederate flag has been off topic. Yeah. How do you feel about, because you're saying that you feel that you should cover yours because
I'm going to cover it.
You're going to cover it because, and then I see you have an American flag right under it that says, don't tread on me. I feel you.
Well, that goes along with the snake. You know the yellow flag?
Yeah, I know how it go.
Now, let me tell you the truth. I don't know the meaning behind that flag, but I am.
Which, the Confederate flag?
No, the yellow one with the snake on it.
Oh, okay. I don't know that one either.
You know, I got that one because I like the don't tread on me, don't walk on me, and I like the snake, or I deliver a deadly blow. That's just personal me. Like, I'm a hermit. I'm a quiet person, but if you step on me, I'm gonna bite you. But that's the only reason I got it. Again, I didn't check the history. So if that yellow flag has anything to do with the history of this one, the whole my own arm is gonna look different.
You're gonna have to take your arm off.
It's all gonna look different, my friend. And not because, make this very clear for the world, that not because I'm scared. It's just because I constantly watch the news and everything that's going on, and I understand now why they're taking these things down, because of what it makes them remember.
Okay, so we
So out of respect for that and the people that are going through all this stuff and all of America,
and you have it tatted on your arm, so you was
big,
really
it's really big.
It is pretty big enough that I could see it in a
man,
store.
I mean, it's like 6 by 6.
Yeah, it's big.
I just want it out of that's my contribution to the people, to let them know that I understand their pain and I am on board.
I respect that. I'm
on board. I want them to give the police off what they did to George Floyd. I want them to.
I mean, it's not even George Floyd. See, this is what people...
I mean, it's everyone they've ever killed
this
abusing their power.
There is that this is actually anonymous. But I'm going to ask you a question. Did you vote for Trump?
Fuck no.
Oh, okay. The reason why I ask that is because I personally feel that
I think he's good for business, but everything else about him makes him look like Lucifer himself.
Okay, so the thing is that I personally feel that he gave the green light for police brutality when he was saying, when you're putting people in a car, if you hit their head, you hit their head, like, don't be nice about it. I think he gave the green light. And once you give the green light for something like that, you are pretty much saying, oh, whatever is good is good.
What that equals is systemic manifesting of hate.
Yeah.
And he also acts like the leader of the right, the hard right movement. He's like, I really think that the people in the races, farther up north and east and all those compounds, I really think that they look at him like their leader, and it's sickening.
So it's strange because
for the wrong reason.
No, but this is the thing. It's strange because you have a Confederate flag tatted on your arm. A lot of people are waving the Confederate flag, saying, I should have every right to wave my flag, which I agree. They should have every right to, but at the same time, you do need to take into consideration
the feelings you'll hurt,
the people that you hurt, and how this impacts others.
Yes.
Everything that one person does has an impact on another in some way, shape, or form. If a doctor drinks and has too much to drink the night before and goes into surgery, he was just having fun, enjoying himself, but guess what? He could kill somebody.
Exactly.
Things have impacts. When you see the fact that you have this tatted on your arm, but you personally say you were not aware of the meaning of it when you got it. It was fun. It was pride for your culture.
Country, Southern heritage.
Southern heritage. Nothing more than that.
It's heritage, not hate.
Heritage, not hate.
That's it. Even now, the way that so many people have done such atrocities and just hideous things to the black community, and they all fly that flag. And since they did that, it's the reason that I don't care whether it's history or not. Deep down inside, I'll always know my history and what wars were fought for what. But it's not for now.
You better than me because I don't know any of them.
It's not for now, and it's not. And because those people decided to do those things and represent that flag, I don't want it on me.
The only war that I know about is the Iraq one because I was there.
The only war that's going on right now is the one that Trump created here in America. It's called racism.
Well, I'm glad you describe it as a war. That is a very good thing.
It's a war. It is a war.
It is 100% a war. And when you put federal officers on
shoot tear gas at protesters
on our personal grounds,
it's disgusting,
brother.
It's the only word.
I'm gonna have to say it's really good having this conversation now.
Absolutely,
anyone that knows me knows that I don't back down.
Yes,
there's no fight that I walk away from. And all that. When I train to be on top. I train to make sure. What people fail to realize, there's guys that lift weights, right? And they just lift to be strong. Yeah. That really doesn't mean much unless you plan on wrestling.
Right.
You have to train to outlast. And that is my story of life. As I said, we were talking before we sparked up these mics. There are hip-hop songs or country songs that we feel a bond to. And Jay-Z had an album with Rock La Familia in which at the end of the song, he said, I will not lose. And for me, I took that. So everything I do in life, I take that. I raise my children as in I will not lose. We will not lose. Everything, when I work out, it's like I will not lose. So I train if I'm fighting, like you might be getting the best of me, but I'll make sure I'll outlast you. And I'm going to destroy you at the end.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's how I live my life. Listen, there are people that can be abusive, but guess what? I will outlast you.
Exactly.
So you have several tats on you because it's not just Confederate flag and the American flag on the tread on me. You have quite a few hip-hop phrases on you.
Yeah, I do.
So you are a big fan of hip-hop.
Big fan.
Damn, bro.
I'm very diverse and open-minded. I could word for word.
You a fighter too? You fight? You like fighting? I see. That's why I asked. I see get some tatted on your knuckles.
I used to Muay Thai fight. I like fighting with my elbows and knees, but to be honest with you, I haven't had a fight nor an arrest over 10.
I'm happy about that one, nor an arrest.
I haven't had a fight nor arrest in over 10 years. 10 years, so I'm
congrats to you, Playboy.
Good. Once I realized that I realized that I could beat the fight with the initial cops, but not win the war. I just gave up with the fighting the cops. Period. I've been good, man. I've just been working, but
what are some of the hip hop
I mean, I got "Sky's the Limit" from P Diddy.
Okay.
And Biggie, you know what I'm saying?
What made you get that one?
I got that one when my mom passed. And, she always told me as long as I didn't look back, I got the "Don't Look Back" on my right hand. Mm-hmm. As long as I didn't look back and dwell on the past, the sky's the limit.
Respect.
And then if anybody got in my way, they could get some.
I feel you.
You know, don't let anybody get in the way of your goals. Other than that, I got, the pride on my throat. I got pride on my throat. Really big and bold.
Well, the pride was the first tat that I saw.
They usually does.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay.
Well, what are you proud of so much there, mister?
Hey, listen, and as I said, I don't back down. I asked those questions.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I saw the pride, and I was like, okay.
And then you've seen the little pieces of a Confederate
and
under
then
my
I
sleeve.
saw the Confederate. So I say, I got to talk to this man. I was like, what is it? Does it say pride to eat pasta? I don't know. I got to look. But
no, but
prideful that I eat sandwiches.
Yeah. He's like, this guy must think he's proud that he got the slaves freed. What the hell?
Yeah.
But anyways, I got the pride. But the reason I got the pride, to be honest, when I started having daughters, I realized there was a lot of things in life that I had to swallow my pride about. So that's why I put it on my neck so big.
So true.
And and then also, that was it was biblical. So, and all the 7 deadly sins in the Bible, it says that all 6 other ones stem from pride.
Damn.
So that's why I got it up here like a stem of a tree, growing upside down. And I got, on my wrist, I got gluttony, I got jealousy. On the back of my neck, I got greed, and then down my calves, I'm gonna put lust and malice. I don't want to put the word hate. I wanted to put hate, but because it's a 4-letter word, and aesthetically it would have looked nice, but I don't like that word.
But
so I'm gonna put malice.
I like malice, yo. Something about malice.
Yeah, because a lot of people, they don't know what it means, so it's a conversational piece. What does that mean? It means hate, but I don't want to say that.
Something about malice. We all have a little malice in our hearts. We all have a little.
For something, yeah.
We all have a little malice, a little hate in our hearts, but I think it's okay to have that, because you have to stand up for something, and whatever you're standing up against, you really, in sense, gotta hate it. Yeah, so exactly. Whether it be injustice, we gotta hate injustice in order to effectively fight against it.
Yeah, injustice has been the story of my life, man.
I mean, bro, I started out talking to you in a parking lot, and here we are. I mean, your story's pretty deep, brother. Like,
you have heard nothing,
man.
I mean, we're talking. You want to have the conversation with me about my tattoos and whatnot, my beliefs and stuff. But when it comes to the story about my life, man,
bro, we got time.
I've been shot. I've been shot. I've been stabbed.
How did that feel?
I felt like someone was putting a torch on me that wouldn't take it off.
Where'd you get shot at?
Right in my ass.
Ooh, you was like Bubba Gump.
It shot.
They shot me in my ass.
And literally, the bullet lodged into my tailbone. They said if it would have been 2 inches down, it would have blew my junk off.
Wow.
I was running at the time.
Wait, cop shot you or?
No. The villain shot me.
The villain. What was you doing, Playboy?
I was doing a drug deal in front of Universal Studios on Kirkman Road. Those twins.
Brother, Universal Studios.
The Twin Towers with the light. The twin hotels with the lights. The twin towers. They used to have the matching.
I don't know nothing about it. I'm from New York, yo. This is new to me.
You never seen Kirkman Road where they have matching green lights on the hotel? They go all the way up. They look identical. Anyways,
don't make me lie to you.
Anyways, all right. So, I was running about a gallon of G and 1,000 ecstasy pills.
What's G?
GHB. It's just a thing that goes with ecstasy. It's liquid. Bodybuilders used to use it for accelerated muscle growth. They used to sell it at GNC. Used to be called Blue Nitro.
bro, I'm getting schooled right now.
But
I don't know about none of
women
this
started
life.
taking it to get fucked up, and they started growing hair on their chest and talking like a man because it's got a male hormone in it.
Oh,
no.
you better give me that D.
Yeah, my name's Kelly, motherfucker. Lay the fuck down now.
You won't let me suck the... Oh,
Yeah, you're mine.
whoa.
Yeah, that's crazy. No, but I started. I was doing a really big deal, about $20,000 deal, and the guy there's 3 black dudes and a white dude. They all had gold teeth. Even the white dude had gold teeth, and they knocking on the window, just trying to make me get out the car. He said, "You coming back to our Lockhart with us?" And I knew I hadn't seen what they did to somebody in a Lockhart when I literally watched them murder somebody
in a locked car.
I watched them kidnap somebody literally and took them back to Lockhart where they're from, and they drowned this dude in a bathtub.
Oh, Lockhart,
Florida, yeah.
And they
They drowned him right in front of me.
So
right in front of me.
saw somebody get murdered. How did that make
Right in
you
front of
feel?
me. I wasn't the first person.
Okay.
I was in a gang, so.
Okay.
Anyways, the guy, the leader of my set, he killed my best friend for dropping his bandana on the ground. We was all drinking Mad Dog 2020. We was young jitterbugs.
MD 2020.
Thinking we was from Compton. And and my dude dropped he was just sitting there drinking, and I guess it's the number one no-no, don't let your rag hit the floor, and he knocked it.
What color was your rag?
My color was blue.
Was that Crip or?
I was a folk. I was a gangster disciple.
Oh, see, I've heard that name. See,
This is based out of Chi-Town, Chicago.
So it's crazy because people think black and think gang quite often, and I don't know anything about gangs.
It goes something like this.
My man is doing all kinds of, son, he's doing all kinds of hand signals.
That's how it goes. You never forget it's kind of like a dance,
So I was eating some fries. I couldn't even eat it.
Yeah. But literally, I don't go around doing that, number one, because I ain't in the gang. I'm a one-man army. I'm grown right now. That was a childish thing I was doing. And I was just searching for love on the street, and I found it with a bunch of kids like me. So none of them were white. I was in a Latin disciple gang. And there was 2 black guys, all the rest Spanish, and I was the only saltine in the group.
Salty. So you feel as an adult now that you've grown past that life.
Yes, sir.
That being in that gang, it was a growing pain, something that you went through as growing up.
We protected each other because we were all alone and we didn't have the guidance that we needed.
As an adult now, thinking back, would you, the you that you are now, would you still go that same route in life?
Absolutely not.
You ain't even had to pause.
Absolutely not.
So
I watched my best friend die because he dropped his flag on the ground. My dude, I didn't finish that, but when he dropped that rag, my buddy, the leader of my set stood.
My man's not playing with his bed. Not a drip is wasted.
Yeah, that's alcohol abuse.
Yeah, we don't do that here.
Anyways, as soon as he dropped his rag, the leader of my set reached down and pulled his knife out and cut my best friend ear to ear, cut his head.
Wow.
And then everybody took off running, and I'm just left there with my best friend, holding his throat back together, trying to call for help. And let me tell you something. The only thing that I can remember, you ever heard of a euphoric recall? The only thing that I can remember from that is 2 things. I was shocked by the amount of pressure that the human heart sprays blood.
Mm-hmm. I know it very well.
And the overwhelming smell of blood. And the fact that he was looking in my eyes.
Very metallic,
saying,
right?
Yes, like pennies in your mouth.
Yes.
And he was looking in my eyes, gurgling, help, until literally, I swear to you, it felt like his eyes were looking in mine, and then when he gurgled his last breath, it was like he was looking at me to like something beyond me, like through me.
Wow. What did that do to you as a person? Did it numb you? What did that do to you to see something like that as a person?
Well, back in that day, they used to affiliate anyone in the gang by association. And that was when they were making examples out of people. Like if you were in this gang and they had gang units, and if you were affiliated with this gang and you were anywhere near the scene and something like that happened, not one of you go down, all of them was going down.
Rico.
Yep. So they came and got me from my grandparents' house. Let me mind you, my grandfather, 38 years Army infantry. 10 years on reserves and 28 on full time.
Oh gosh.
Seen 2 wars.
More man than me.
Seen 2 wars. Like retired as a master sergeant with more awards that I can count on his dress uniform. But They actually came and got me with a helicopter and everything from his house, and embarrassed. Drug my grandfather and grandmother out of the house in their night clothes and embarrassed them because I was fucking around with that gang. And my grandparents disowned me, and he never spoke to me again until the day that he died.
So one thing I'm hearing with that is that
I quit the gang from that point forward.
Yeah, because one thing I'm hearing with that is the utmost respect that you had for your grandfather, and the fact that you felt embarrassed, the fact that you embarrassed him because of what your
I still don't forgive myself.
Wow, because he was a soldier, but
he
now
didn't
you got
deserve that at the end of his life, his career.
Yeah, I feel it. It's strange how right now this is gonna sound strange, right? What I'm saying is we're having a relationship right now, brother. Sounds strange to say that, but I believe that people have, even if they come into contact with another person for 30 seconds, it's a relationship. It's a relationship. No, I no, brother, you don't have to stop nothing.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry, man. This is a relationship. I don't know you from a dirt thing in the road, but the fact that you're here sharing your utmost and deepest thoughts and regrets, it's a big deal. It's a very big deal.
I've never really talked to anybody about this.
Nah, I'm glad you're here talking about it.
I got a good feeling from you when I met you, so I go off my gut. I respect my gut, and I trust it. 100%.
I can't blame you. I'm a great dude.
I felt it.
Wow. And you know, so it's a whole other thing when you see a grown man in tears. It's different. Men really don't cry. Prideful men, your pride. Prideful men don't really cry. Listen, when my brother.
Once you get, sorry to interrupt you. Once you get broken all the way to humble, and you start really opening your eyes wide open, wide open at the whole world, and take your shoes, kick them off, and stand outside the box. You see things a lot different, and you start respecting and caring and having more empathy for things that you never did.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you something. The last time I cried was when my brother passed away, and I was doing his eulogy. And I said I wasn't going to cry because, I just don't do that. When I was up there saying his eulogy, I was boo-hooing like you would never believe when I saw my uncles crying. But, when I see another grown man in tears telling me the story about his life, that right there just really shows to me personally that that's a good man. No matter what he's went through in life, that's a good man that has experienced life.
It just sucks that the whole world is falling apart.
It is.
Watch.
Bro, let me tell you something. You're not only watching. By sharing this story and how we came in contact because you had a big-ass pride tattoo on your neck and a Confederate flag on your arm. I had to come in contact with you. And now we're going to share this conversation with the masses, and hopefully there are others listening that will understand that, listen, some people might have this tattoo.
Can't judge a book by its cover.
They may be regretful of this tattoo. Some people just not educated as to how it hurts other people. And some might still, even though it may hurt other people, they may stand firm on this is just Southern pride. Yeah. Granted.
Take time to get to know me, man. That's all what I would say to the people is just take time. Just open your mouth. Say, hey, hello. And then you'll figure out.
That's how we having this conversation. I said, hey, hello.
Exactly.
I said, hey, hello. And here on Talkin Sweet, listen, no topic is off the table. Yeah. And the reason for that is we're all human.
That's it.
What is lost in today's society is humanity. Yeah. There is a lack of humanity in being human, which is why a dickhead would drive a vehicle into a crowd of people because of his asshole beliefs, which is why somebody would walk into a church and shoot up people because of his beliefs, which is why an officer would put his knee on another human being's neck and stay there.
I can't breathe.
While he's saying I can't breathe because there's a lack of humanity.
If I would have been there, and I know a million people have said this, man, but you know what? I've been arrested in the past because I told you I watched my mom be beat when I was a kid, okay? So for my whole life, I've been against any man. I don't give a shit if you're in my family, if you're not. I don't give a shit. If I see another grown man, like if I was sitting right here and this guy over here smacked that dude, I would demolish him. No questions asked. I wouldn't even talk about it. I know it's not my business, but I'm going to stick up for that girl.
A lot of people do that. A lot of people, when they see a female get hit.
I've done it 1,000. I've been arrested at the Florida Mall. Same thing. And you know what? This is the good thing for your story. You know what happened? I walked out of the mall. These is a Spanish couple. I thought it was a couple. It was a dude and a girl. The guy had his belt wrapped around his hand with just the belt buckle hanging. Usually they wrap it with the buckle so they can only hit with the belt. He had it wrapped opposite, that belt first, and so he had about 6 inches with the buckle hanging on. And he was beating this girl in her face and her back. Buckle. He was splitting her shit. Okay, no questions asked. I ran through two lanes of parking and Hail Married his ass about 14 feet. Knocked him past about a car and a half.
How you get?
I mean, talking about world starred his ass into fucking heaven. I'm talking about, and guess what happened? The girl jumped on me and started hitting me with her shopping bag. And you know what I found out? It was his sister, and he was beating her because he caught her with the black guy.
No shit.
And I didn't know this, but I was just doing me, protecting too, man. This is verifiable too. I went to Cypress Creek High School. Okay, I was a star football player. Star. I mean, I started in my 9th grade year. By my 10th grade year, I was on starting line varsity.
I can see it. You a big boy.
I was a starting line varsity middle linebacker, okay?
Let's tell the truth. You never missed a meal.
No, I missed plenty of meals. But yeah, most of the time I don't miss a meal. But let me tell you something. I had a scholarship. I knew I had my pick of colleges from 10th grade on.
How you fucked that up?
And guess what happened? 2 of my own teammates, Fernandez.
Damn.
You guess what happened?
This is anonymous. You dropping names.
Listen, I don't care. It's fine. You know what they were doing? There was this kid standing in front of the school store now in the morning. Now, mind you, my mom and dad were crackheads. I didn't have a chance. My mom would sell every refrigerator we had so we could just eat out of a cooler. Couldn't believe that I didn't give up high school or middle school long before I got there, but I stayed pushing.
You graduated?
And no, I got my GED when I was in prison in South Carolina. When I was in that high school that morning, my mom was doing her smoking thing, and every morning was a bad morning until I got out of the house, and then I felt free. Get away from the bullshit at home. So when I got to school, this guy, Fernandez, was standing in front of this kid that has got Down syndrome and only about 20% of his sight. Okay, these are my teammates, big dudes, big football player dudes. This is my guy with the Down syndrome. He had to have a stick to walk, like a stick with the red thing on the end of it.
Yeah.
He was walking around. My own teammates. One would smack him on one side of the head, and then he would look. And he would look, and then when he looked and nobody was there, the other one would smack him on the other side of the head. And then they did that. I watched them for about 5 minutes keep tormenting this kid. And I don't know if it was because I just had a bad morning and I was whatever, but it was wrong what they were doing. And I've always been the one to stick up for the underdog. So guess what? I ran as fast as I could. Like I was trying to catch a kickoff return, but I was running as fast as I could. And first dude I hit, I know he was going to sleep. He went right to sleep, and his brother swung at me, and I weaved that shit and knocked his ass the fuck out. And I didn't continue beating him. They were both laid right next to each other doing their little twitch and, But guess what? And I went right away to asking the kid, are you okay? Are you okay? And he said, all he said to me was, my hero.
He said what?
My hero. My hero.
Oh, damn, Playboy.
And you know what? It made it worth it to me right then. Let me tell you something. Back then, that was way back when. I had my class in '98, so you can imagine. Right when that happened, and I was talking to the Down syndrome kid. The school deputy grabbed my arm, and I just threw my arm back because I thought it was one of them. Broke the deputy's nose. He drew back, shot me right in my throat with the taser, knocked me down on the ground, threw his knee on me, and put me in handcuffs. They took everything from me. They took my scholarships that were going to be available to me because I stuck up for that kid that they were assaulting.
See
now,
how life
you know
is?
what? My mom was a crackhead. She couldn't afford an attorney. I had no chance. I had to just take that. But to now day and age, if there was a kid that did that, he would be a hero. And with the right parents to give him the right counsel, he would have been a hero. And not only been allowed to continue school to follow his dreams, just not the charges on his record. I caught a felony on my record, and that same day lost everything that I had worked for.
Damn, boy.
And that's why I built a hatred for the police, and that's why way on down the road I got an aggravated battery on a Leo, and I got 2 more battery on a Leos with causing permanent bodily disfigurement. Because I had it bottled up, and I let it out. But you know what? I went and I saw a therapist, and I got past all that shit.
So you personally see how much interactions with 911 can impact your whole life. Because you had a ride.
Oh, bro, I was done. I was the only one in my family that was going to break the cycle and make it. You know how exciting that could be for a kid?
Yeah, I do
to know that everybody in your family
I was the first one to go to college
looks
in
at
my
you
family.
like a black sheep. Oh, you came from black sheep. You're going to be a black sheep. No, I'm going to show you. And then the cops come along and just let me know forever I was going to stay a black sheep.
Wow.
Sorry to get so deep, man.
Man, listen here, talking sweet, brother. There's no such thing as too deep. I'm loving this because I had no expectations when I approached you on this of pride and
It was going to go this deep.
and Confederate flag. So I'm really enjoying this. And when I say enjoying it, not because I'm enjoying your pain.
I never talked to nobody about my life.
But
like
I am
this.
enjoying the fact that a grown-ass man is sharing his innermost with a stranger based on something that I was like, yo, this dude wild. Like, he with his Confederate flag and pride.
Well, enjoy it because it's going away with
No, well, listen.
I think in a couple weeks, maybe even in a week, I'm gonna do it.
Listen, for me personally, you want to really mess their heads up? Put Black Lives Matter over the Confederate flag. Yo, my G. Really?
Hey, actually, that would be a good cover because it's hard to cover up things.
No,
big and bold and black.
Don't cover it. No, don't cover it. Just put it, Black Lives Matter, over it.
No, but see. If I don't cover it, I could still be a victim of somebody else's ignorance if they see that shit on me.
My man.
I still could be. That wouldn't mean a full covering.
No. Don't. Me personally, and this is just me. It's your body. You're gonna do what you want to do.
Yeah. Listen, I'm open-minded.
I'm gonna say, put Black Lives Matter over it. Listen. And this is me talking as you.
You mean like leave it to where you could tell it was there, but bold black over it?
Yes. Because I'm saying, yo, listen, you got to have your Southern pride. Yeah, I got this tattoo because of my Southern pride. I'm a Southern boy, and I'm talking as you because I am nowhere a Southern. But I got this because of Southern pride. Yeah. But you know what? At the same time, I understand how much Black Lives Matter. When I say Black Lives Matter, I'm not saying that white lives don't matter, but I'm saying that I understand. Yeah. It's clear that white lives matter because I'm a white dude. I am not talking as myself because I'm not a white dude. But it's clear white lives matter because everyone knows that their own life matters. But when you look at the state of the interactions with police, Black lives matter. The fact that you would have that flag, which a lot of Southern people have, to show pride, and you should be prideful, but you also have to understand how your personal pride affects others.
Yeah.
So at the same time, and I think that would really throw people for a loop.
Yeah.
If you put a Black Lives Matter over that Southern pride.
Oh yeah,
dude, that's
you're right.
Yo,
you're right. That would be a good conversational
That is the hottest
piece.
tattoo.
It would give me an opportunity where people would be like, that would give me an opportunity to explain why.
Yo, my man, that.
I think I'm gonna take your advice.
That hands down. Look, it's a Corona time and we shaking hands. I'm looking for some hand sanitizer out this shit.
I don't care. We ain't got nothing. I just got tested for Corona 2 weeks ago.
Yo, wait, how did you get tested? Did you do the nose thing?
No, I actually had a heat stroke trying to work on this landscaping job, and I had a acute kidney failure and a heat stroke on the job, and they had to Corona test me before they let me into their facility.
So I had the Corona test because, I'm a veteran and I just felt like getting tested. Yo, they put that Q-tip so far up my nose, I thought it was tickling my brain. I never had my brain finger.
Yo, it's uncomfortable, bro. It feels like they send it way past the limit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, I didn't sign up for this.
Yeah, man.
Listen, I'm just happy we had this conversation.
Me too. 100%.
Very, very deep conversation on your personal life, on the fact that how the interactions with police has changed your life forever. You had other avenues that you could have went, but because of your interaction with police, they're gone.
Yeah, they ruined it for me, man. That's why I did what I did to the 3 cops that I did it to, because unfortunately it wasn't those 3 cops' fault.
You feel a grudge.
I felt I'm a Scorpio. I take my grudges to the dirt. To the dirt. I do not let go. And I felt like I owed it to cops. They took away my whole entire future, and that's why I brutally beat the shit out of 3 of them. But then after that, that's when I realized, okay, you can beat up as many cops as you want. You're always going to go to jail. You're always going to get another felony conviction, and you're only going to screw yourself for the future.
So wait a minute.
So I tell myself, I got it in with those 3, so I'm going to just chalk it up.
But this is the thing, though. So now I'm going to address another serious topic, because you actually had the opportunity to beat 3 cops.
Oh, you're really good, too.
But a black man can be running away from the police because he's afraid to go to jail because of the fact that he has outstanding warrant because he didn't pay child support, running away and be shot in the back because the cop was too fat and didn't want to chase somebody, but yet you as a white male had the opportunity to lay hands on officers. There's this thing that people talk about when they say white privilege.
I understand.
Do you feel that there's such a thing as white privilege?
Absolutely.
Absolutely?
Absolutely. It's the white privilege is the fact that white people don't understand they'll never understand what it's like to be persecuted for the color of their own skin. Ever. They'll never realize it. They'll never realize the privileges that they get that other colored people don't. They'll never realize that the privileges, the upper hand that they have when they go to court compared to a black person. There's so many things that white people are afforded the things, are looked at different, discriminated at against different. There are so many landlords that just, whether they'll admit to it or not, they'll go through applications. I literally have personally known a landlord and a property manager that literally would take every one of the applications that said black and put them to the side without even no further investigation. Right. That made me fucking sick. It made me sick.
A previous job that I had, I was actually, it was a quite lucrative job, and I was paid incredibly well. And on every application, put that I was an African-American male. And I never got called for any position. And then I heard of an article in which this young man said he changed it from African-American.
I've heard about it.
Yes. Well, I changed all of my to 2 or more because I am Spanish. Yeah. You see a black man before you, but I am Spanish. Yeah. Even though I don't speak a lick of it.
Dominican.
Nah. Costa Rican. I'm Costa Rican.
But they don't know.
They don't know. Yeah. So I'm Costa Rican. To all yous out there that hola, tico.
Pero no se preocupe, que dame un chance, por favor.
And this dude speak better Spanish than me. Go figure. So now I put 2 or more. Do you know that every application that I ever applied for that said 2 or more, I was called for an interview for every job. But when I put African American, I was not called for one job. Go figure. That's life.
That's sick.
That's sick. It's sickening. And
this whole system is rough.
I'm putting it out there.
So it's compromised. It's rigged. It's rigged.
Yes. So when we talk about, this is a whole nother topic, when we talk about defunding the police, I personally don't believe in defunding the police, but more funding needs to go towards education so that we can keep young kids on the right track and develop a society that has adults in a better position.
Yeah.
Not defunding the police.
I think they should give all the police, I think they should, instead of defunding the police, I think they should do a radical reconstruction of the police. And I think that, I don't know, I would make all the police officers take lie detector tests, and if any of them fail any kind of racial questions, should be automatically disqualified.
Well,
whether it's admittable in court or not, I don't give a shit. That lie detector test tells you when you're telling a lie.
Well, listen, my man said that he feels that all police officers, as a part of their training, should spend about a year in the prison system as a corrections officer before you go and be a police officer.
Aha, that's even better.
Because as a corrections officer, you don't get that weapon.
Exactly.
So you actually may have to talk yourself. You have to understand better the mindset of a
criminal.
So now you're this is where you're going to send somebody. Do you really want to send somebody there?
Exactly. Do they really deserve it?
Do they really deserve
it?
To be in that,
okay.
yes.
And then also, like...
do they really deserve to be in jail? Or, I'd not say jail, but in the prison system? It really... I think if police officers had to spend time in the prison system to see where people are going, to see that you're not just a badass police officer.
Right.
What the things that you do, how you impact a civilian's life really does matter. I don't think a lot of these officers really take into consideration that there is no reverse on pulling the trigger. There is no reverse on choking somebody out to death. Listen, me personally, I know that I can put incredible harm on somebody, but I'd rather talk it out.
You know what I really believe in? So many people are gonna so many people are gonna disagree with me on this one. I really think I don't really speak too much politics because I'm a convicted felon and I make no smatter and all that. But what I really think that should happen is I think that every time that someone where they have no doubt, 100% facts that this person has definitely killed this person and is guilty of it, excuse me, I think that they should be executed within weeks. That way, you know what would happen? All the violence, all the
would drop.
all the violence in prisons would go away because everybody that was there would have a release date, so they would act right and maybe be more excited about doing things that they could do that would better themselves when they get out. Well, when you go to prison and you're surrounded by people and pedophiles, I think that too, pedophiles and murderers, dead within weeks. You know, but that's never going to happen. That's not part of this conversation. But I'm just saying that. But where I was going with it was, it also goes for any cop that not warrantedly kills a black man, a white man, a purple man, a green man. He should be treated the same, the absolute same. So whether it takes 10 years or 2 weeks to execute somebody, they should be executed. You know how they have a lot of mitigating factors that give somebody the things for a death penalty. Like it has to be aggravated, it has to be the death of a senior or a child, or horrible circumstances and mutilation of a woman. I think those standards should go for the people that cops kill. The cops should be held standard. If they maliciously kill, just like the guy that took the taser and the guy shot him in the back when he was pointing the taser at him. What the fuck's a taser gonna do to you?
Now this is the thing,
it's a non-lethal weapon.
Now this is the thing, though. I think if you ask me personally, when Kaepernick was taking a knee, these are the things that he was talking about. The fact that, and all the protests taking place, think like, listen, we all need to be on an even playing ground.
Yeah, unfair.
And sometimes things just are very unfair.
Unfair.
So
that's not even the right word. Very unfair. It's not the right. It's despicably unfair.
Bro, on that note, I'm going to thank you for coming out, talking sweet with Sweet Baby Jay. Listen, everybody's not willing to say Sweet Baby Jay.
Sweet Baby Jay, it's been a pleasure to talking to you.
Brother, I'm going to say it's a pleasure talking to you. I'm glad we interacted because of the pride and the Confederate flag, but we had conversation, tough conversation. And everyone needs to have the tough conversation for there to be a level of understanding and moving forward. Why move back?
No.
Move forward. If you're moving backwards, you're not doing the right thing. Unless you're trying to, listen, and I'm going to get some because don't look back. The sky's the limit. Yeah, you ain't lying, playboy.
Like it or love it.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Hey, man, that's awesome, man. Maybe we can speak again. I'm going to hit you up and send you a picture when I get my revised tattoo.
Guess what, brother? You send me that revised tattoo. Whenever you do it, I'm
going to do it the way you just told me to do it.
I was about to say, I personally would love if you put Black Lives Matter over.
I got you.
Because, there's a lot that's going on with that. No, there's a lot. Because for a white dude that has a Confederate flag on his arm and don't cover it, but put Black Lives Matter mixed into it, there's a lot being said right there. There's a lot being said right there. Mess up everybody's head. Sometimes,
Oh, yeah, like I said, it was nothing about fear, so it's never going to be about fear. When you recommended me do it over it, like blatantly, like, right over it, that intrigued me because I want to tell those motherfuckers out there that are promoting these skinhead fucking racist people, I want to show them that, cool, I want to tell those motherfuckers, I ain't scared of shit. And if you believe in that, you can come get some too. That goes to you white folks out there that are racist, man. You call me a traitor, call me what you want. I'm human like everybody else.
We all bleed. And then on that note, I'm going to say thank you for talking sweet with Sweet Baby Jay.
Absolutely.
And opportunity talking with Lucky here.
Time, brother.
Yo, we had to have the conversation in order for there to be progression. Bless up to everybody out there. Stay sweet, stay sexy, stay handsome. Be the best you that you can be because we doing it.
100, man.